What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all my new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated, right? So the New York Knicks put off a great victory last night by beating the Miami Heat 106-104. And as you see in the ticker there, they play the Clippers tomorrow at 7 p.m., right? But great news that the Knicks got was Julius Randle, right? Becoming an all-star. Second year in 2 and 3 seasons. Great accomplishment for him. But post-game, he spoke with the media in regards to his accomplishments, but really chimed in on what happened last year. What was the issues that he was going through, and who really kind of helped him reel in his focus in the offseason. Julius Randle was able to talk about that post-game. I'm going to leave the link down at the bottom, so definitely go and check out the post-game speech. But it was great. Randle was able to really talk about his frustrations that he was going through last year, the pressure he puts on himself, the amount of work that he puts in. And in doing that, he just wants to be great. He's a perfectionist. He wants things to work out well for him. And that's where a lot of frustrations came from. But it was a talk that he had with no other than Johnny Bryant, the Knicks assistant coach, associate head coach, who met with Randle this summer. And Randle talked about it. He touched on how he didn't pick up a basketball in a month. And he came to talk with Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant wanted to meet with him and talk to him. And Randle said it was like a big brother, little brother type of conversation. And Johnny Bryant was able to be honest with Randle and have a heart-to-heart with him. And Randle stated that it was very eye-opening. And one of the quotes that Randle stated that Johnny Bryant asked him, he said, "Listen, man, based on your behavior and your actions and how you handle things, would you want to be your teammate?" And Randle said no, he wouldn't. See, I think that's fabulous for him to touch on because it's reflection, right? You're able to reflect and identify the part that you played as a leader of this team and how the season went last year. It's so important for young players like him who's dealing with stardom on this stage in New York City for the first time, and how heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? That's the saying. And for a player like him, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with for him. And I think that it was a lot of pressure, and he was able to identify with that. But to have a guy like Johnny Bryant be able to talk to him like that and reel him in and make him identify a lot of things, I think really helped Randle. And now you're seeing a different guy this year. I also think the addition of Jalen Brunson also plays a role with that as well. But having talks like that with a guy that's able to get through to his players. Johnny Bryant also having a great relationship with Donovan Mitchell. You need that voice in the locker room. You need that voice in a player's ear, and somebody that can reel a guy in. We spoke about this last year, Tibbs being the reel a guy in. But maybe that's why Tibbs does have a Johnny Bryant on his coaching staff, because he needs someone that's going to be able to relate to these players. And Johnny Bryant definitely has that. And I think it was great for him to be able to really have a sit-down and honest conversation with Randle, because now we're seeing it. We're seeing what Randle is, and we're seeing him now becoming an all-star now for a second time being with the Knicks, right? So, but Johnny Bryant being able to relate to him and really being able to help him open up his mind and his mindset, it's great, right? And sometimes, you need certain guys, man, that can unlock that key with certain guys mentally. Because a lot of times it's not the skill set. It's not the skills. We know you can play ball. We know you could do things. We know you can contribute. But sometimes it's the mental game. It's what's between the ears that really catapults a player or derails a player, right? So Johnny Bryant being able to do that with Randle. Randle having a moment in the summer, a reflection of last year. All the antics, right, the thumbs down and stuff, all those things he probably replayed and said, man, I got to do a better job, obviously. And you're seeing it now. You're seeing a different guy. You're seeing a different player. I think also too a big part of that is the addition of Jalen Brunson, but you're seeing his success. You're seeing a guy that's playing hard every night. He also in the post game he also talked about Tibbs and Tibbs believing in him and giving him the leeway to be able to play through mistakes and play and just believing in him. And but he attributed to he said he thinks that Tibbs does that because Tibbs sees the hard work that he puts in. So it's a big thing. I mean, listen, man, guys, let's be honest. We know Randle's uber talented. Let's be clear. He's not a scrub. He's one of the better players in the league. He is. We just always have said, myself included, and the fans, that he's got to get it right in between the years. He's got to get it right emotionally and mentally. He's got to be strong to deal with playing in this city. Because you could play anywhere in the world. You could play overseas. You could play in Memphis. You could play in Sacramento. You could play in Detroit. You could play anywhere. But there's no place like New York City. When the Knicks are good, when the Knicks are bad, it's all the same. The Garden's packed. It's sold out on a Tuesday, Wednesday night. And who's who are there, right? That's how it is in New York. So you got to come ready to play all the time. And that's a different type of pressure. And I think that's what he dealt with last year, and he was able to identify that. And a guy like Johnny Bryant was able to reel him in and help him refocus, right, to where he can have a great season so far like he's doing. We're right there, right in the midst of the playoff run. So, that's a big part of Randle's play is what's helping that, right? But that's my quick hitter. All right, I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if you come by, leave comments. Please subscribe. And I appreciate you guys coming by. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out. Peace.